Today I will be taking you on a journey through Bolivia.
Don't press anything else, just press shift. Only shift, only shift, only shift.
Hello and welcome to my Ghost Recon Wildlands closed beta first impression. Wow, that's quite the mouthful. Let's get started with my favorite part of the game.
What is going on right now?
As you guys can see, there are quite a few bugs that are weird and funny. Those ones aren't game breaking by any means, but definitely don't help with immersion. Most annoying bug that I've come across is where my buddy would be right next to me, sneaking in the brush, but I couldn't see him. As a matter of fact, it still showed him 3 kilometers away at the first mission. This was frustrating because it made it so I couldn't really coordinate with him until he either died, fast traveled, or reset the game. This did happen 3 or 4 times in the 3 hours we played together, so yes, there are still some bugs in the game, but hopefully they get the majority of them taken care of by the release date of March 7th. The story so far has me pretty engaged and at the very least convinces me that my squad and I are needed. The ghosts are called in to break down the Santa Blanca cartel, which is a vicious Mexican cartel that has made an alliance with corrupted officials and turned Bolivia into a narco state. Their leader, El Sueño, is the kingpin and the main target, but to get to him, you're gonna have to kill a lot of his men and disrupt his plans starting from the bottom up. Apparently Bolivia is pretty big, who would have thought, right? It's gonna take you quite a long time to get to where you want to go in this game, on foot or car. It doesn't help that every road takes you down a windy mountainside. This is until you unlock fast travel locations or find a plane or helicopter. While playing with friends, you can fast travel to their location using the binoculars or selecting them on the map. Crazy part is that this is supposedly only one of 21 regions in the game. If they are all the size of this region, the world's gonna be fucking insanely huge. Can't wait to see if this is truly the case. So when you first start out, you're gonna be met with the character smith feature. You can customize your appearance, the basics, hair, tattoos, eye color. There are multiple slots for you to make an outfit for any occasion. For instance, my buddy wanted to make his guy look like this. Character Smith is a really cool feature and has a ton of potential. To go along with that, there is the Gunsmith, which happens to also be really cool. You first have to find the accessories in the world, then craft the perfect weapon for you. This feature is a lot of fun and will have you out searching for that next accessory that you need to turn your weapon from a 0 to hero. Now, I didn't go too depth on the character and Gunsmith features because I will be releasing a video in a couple of days specifically on them that you should definitely check out. So the weapons in game, they feel alright but aren't too impactful compared to other shooters.
Tango down.
There are snipers, assault rifles, submachine guns, pistols, shotguns, and more. I prefer the sniper rifles for that long-range, hard-hit feeling. You will have access to a bunch of other equipment as well. In beta, there are grenades that either blow up or can distract the enemy. There are mines that you can place to blow up dim vehiculars. Night vision, because if you set your brightness just right, the game gets insanely dark at night. You also have a drone that you throw into the air that can be used to scout the area and will tag enemies. The drone can then be upgraded to have EMP capabilities, explode on enemies, or distract enemies with some loud yo mama jokes. No, but that'd be pretty distracting. Can you imagine? Yo mama is so dumb she put a quarter in each ear and thought she was listening to 50 Cent. Guy looks around, oh hell nah. Takes off running to find the fella who dares insult his mama. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, you can upgrade the drone. To upgrade said drone, you will need to gain XP and level up. When this happens, you unlock skill points and some skills to build into. These skills have 5 different categories: weapon, drone, item, physical, and squad. Each have correlating skills to unlock. There are also 4 different resources that you use to unlock each skill along with the skill points. Things like gasoline, medicine, and food. There's one more, but I can't remember what it's called, so you're gonna find these throughout the map and tag them for the rebels to find and come pick up for you. The story has a good premise. You will find missions getting slightly repetitive. Nearly every mission is go here and attack or sneak into this city or base, steal the intel, free a prisoner for intel, or torture a guy to get intel. Luckily, each of the actual locations, cities, and bases are different, which can change how you approach them, but ultimately it is the same outcome. Side missions include stopping escorts, stealing supplies, finding weapons, parts for weapons, and gathering skill points. There will also be quite a bit of collectibles and lore items for you to collect and learn more about the story if you're into that kind of stuff. How you approach each mission is really up to you. You can go in stealthily, guns a-blazing, drive in with a jeep that has a minigun on the back, or call in a mortar squad to light the whole area up. There are tons of different options. Although guns a-blazing on the harder difficulties will be more challenging as you go down from just a couple of hits, I would suggest playing with some friends. I myself enjoy sitting back, sniping as many cabrons as I can, then moving in to stealthily clean up the rest. Luckily 2 of my friends have the same playstyle and we try to think about the best approach before going in. And then there's Marty. While we're all sneaking in from our different positions, you know, giving each other code names and hand motions, back and forth, yeah, we begin to hear a noise that is slowly getting louder and louder. Before we know, it's right on top of us, so we look to the skies and notice a teammate is falling to the earth at a very dangerous pace. It's at this point we realize that Marty has snuck off to find a helicopter and wants to parachute right into the thick of battle. Again, so we give Marty a few choice words, equip our rifles, and begin charging gloriously to Marty's aid. It's moments like these that you're not going to find with AI companions, but you're still probably going to want some AI companions because, well, Marty's kind of a dick. You are going to find, though, are vehicles, and a lot of them. They're going to be your main means of transportation around the game world, and let me tell you, I pray they fix the handling on the land vehicles. Every car, jeep, truck, and motorbike makes me feel like I'm driving a semi or a bulldozer. Turning isn't very smooth, and you're going to crash into a lot of shit. A ton. More than you want to. A great amount. Most of the time I found it was easier and faster to just drive down the side of a mountain rather than try and maneuver down the tiny steep roads. The helicopters and planes are a lot more bearable for me because you don't have to worry about turning so much, as I mostly jump out when I get to where I'm going and parachute in like a badass. Alright, so I like to be like Barty too sometimes. Don't judge me. Alright, now I'll finish off with a summary of the best and the worst parts of the game. It's a great co-op game, fun to tactically take out the enemy or fly around in a helo with your buddies. It's a huge open world, the world is big and is only a taste of what will be in the game at release. Gunsmith, one of the best features of the game that lets you craft your perfect weapon. Character Smith, lets you dress your character the way you want and you can save multiple outfits. There's many different approaches, whatever mood you happen to be in, or just whatever your playstyle is, there's always a way to play. Run and gun, or stealthily taking out tangos. Alright, some of the worst, repetitive missions. A lot of the missions feel very similar, and I hope there's a little bit more variety in the full release. The vehicle handling is complete garbage. Every car feels like the Flintstones family car, and not in a good way. There are some bugs, although most were hilarious. There was 1 or 2 that got pretty annoying and overall reduced the fun of the game. The gunplay, most guns are lacking that oomph, leaving only a few guns that actually feel impactful. I enjoyed my time in the beta, and I personally would only buy Wildlands if my buddies are going to. There is fun to be had solo, but I think the game shines when you have at least one other real-life person to work with. Well, that's going to be all for this video, folks. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you'd like to see more first impressions, or just want to hear me more, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching my video, and until next time, this is Death Chill signing off.